All right, guys, we have so many thoughts in our head about the golf swing. A lot of them are myths, not true at all. And I'm gonna help you separate fact from fiction. All right, guys, so I'm going to attack some of golf swing's biggest myths, from what the head's doing to what the lower body is doing in the golf swing. You've heard a lot of things about it. The first myth I want to attack is that we have to keep our lower body stable in the backswing. A lot of people sit here and they will tell you that when we're turning back, we don't want any movement from our lower half. That could be farther from the truth. I want to get a big turn in my backswing. I want my body to fully crank. One of the things that I can really feel is that my lead knee is moving in, and that's going to help my trail hip move up. And when that lead knee is moving in, if my foot comes up a little bit to help me get a big turn, that is a great position to be in. So don't get married to the concept of keeping your lower body stable throughout the entire golf swing. Get some movement in your lower body, create a big turn. That's the first myth I want to bust. Second myth I want to bust is what is happening with the head in the golf swing. So many people say keep your head down throughout the entire move and don't let it move off the golf ball at all. I hate that theory. When I'm trying to get a big backswing, I'm going to feel as though my head moves slightly off the golf ball and slightly up. Some people are going to get into a position where it recenters. Other people are going to get it where it stays slightly off. Either one is okay, depending on your movement in the golf ball. But if we get in here and we try and keep everything dead still without moving, I'm going to have a real hard time getting any turn out of my chest. So let your head move in the backswing. And when I start working into my downswing, you notice with a lot of my players that we work into the golf ball, and right before we get to impact, they start turning their head and looking towards where they want the golf ball to go. A lot of my players are definitely not married to keeping their head down throughout their entire golf swing. I find a lot of players that do that get into issues where they start chunking, topping golf balls because their pressure can't move fluidly throughout the entire move. So feel as though when you're approaching impact that the head is already working up and around towards your target if you want good head movement. All right, so the third myth I want to bust is when we set up, if we have a weak grip, we are going to hit fades. Okay, our grip is not going to be the final thing that dictates where the golf ball goes. I have plenty of players who get in here and have a weak grip and really turn this wrist angle down. Okay, there are plenty of movement patterns that we can do to work our way out of it. So just having a weak grip alone does not cause the fade. It's when the matchup of the wrist does not meet the matchup of the grip. So a stronger grip is definitely going to be more prone to a draw, and it's going to make it easier for the player. They don't have to get in here. But if we start thinking that the grip alone is what's going to cause the golf ball flight, we're going to be in for a big, big awakening. Make sure you understand that the type of grip matchup you have has to match along with the wrist angle in order to produce the ball flight that you want to have. So the final myth that I want to bust up for you guys has to do with the driver. Now, a lot of people say you should throttle back away from the driver and pull out a 3-wood if you want to be more accurate. That is not necessarily the case. If you look at stats from most players, they can miss just as bad with their 3-wood when they're hitting the ball. So make sure that you're taking advantage of distance. The only time I want to see players really throttling back is if we can avoid trouble with the 3-wood versus the driver. If you look down the fairway and you see a big pitch point where there's a bunker on the left and a pond on the right, and if you hit driver, that's where you're going to land. Now, if you lay back with a 3-wood and you avoid all that major trouble, that's the smart time to lay back. But don't lay back with a 3-wood just because you think it's more accurate. That is a giant myth. Try and hit it just as far, because remember, your miss can be just as bad, and if you're missing with the 3-wood, you're going to have a lot longer recovery going into that green. All right, guys, so I hope these busted up some major myths that we all think about in our golf swing. Make sure we're not sitting here trying to keep our lower body quiet and keep our foot down. Let everything move. Get a big turn in your backswing. Don't get married to keeping the head down. That can lead to major disaster. Make sure you're not throttling back with the driver when you need that distance to leave yourself a short iron into the green. That's just a few of the myths that I can bust up for you, and I hope that helps you when you go out to the course next time.
Hey guys, if you like this video, please like and comment. I come out with new content every Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Thanks a lot, you guys.